Some people have a condition called bubble gut. You will see this a lot with really big bodybuilders. They are shredded with abs, but their belly is still sticking out. How is this possible, and can this happen to you too?
Bodybuilder bubble gut.
I've seen that. It's like they're pregnant with abs.
That's a good description.
Do you know what it is?
I've seen it very often, and I think I know what it is, but I might be wrong. Is the bubble gut worth the muscle?
The bubble gut is a strange phenomenon. People with a bubble gut are usually pretty lean, but they have a mysteriously massive stomach. The proportions of a bubble gut are just freaky. Because bodybuilders have to eat a large amount of food, this can lead to excessive bloating.
It does sound pretty logical.
Yes, but then it would always have to be full with food to be stretched out, probably.
I guess so as well.
Yeah, right?
But there's a bigger issue at play. Injecting juice into your body increases the amount of fluid in your kidneys. Because of this fluid retention, people on juice tend to develop excessive fat in their organs.
Is that true? I don't think so.
No, if you're that shredded, you burn fat, like no matter what.
So what I thought is that it's because you're injecting the secret juice, you're not just making your muscles bigger, but also your organs. I mean, there are also comments like, I got that without gear. I got bubble gut from eating too many cheeseburgers.
I mean, you have a lot of people that have like a food baby.
Why does this happen? Well,
and why do some get it and others don't? Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen C-bone with like a bubble gut.
the reason why bodybuilders are getting bubble gut.
My belief used to be all this GH and insulin use is why we're seeing these big abdomens.
Oh, abdomens. That's the muscle he's talking about. He's talking about the abs being big.
The strongmen also have like a very big belly, but then just pure abs basically.
I don't know if you've seen this, but literally, Hafthor Bjornsson is training the hardest he has ever trained. This is what he looks like, 200 kilograms. What? With abs. This one ab is just as big as my fist.
You'll see track and field athletes who are insanely muscular, insanely lean, but they have huge protruding abdomens. And the thinking was, well, is this just organomegaly, right? Are their organs just getting bigger?
I think the largest cause of it now is significant distension caused by the excessive food intake and the result of significant gastrointestinal issues that result from the absurd diet models.
He says it is diet related.
We actually spent a day with a pro bodybuilder, and they indeed, in between workouts, have like a intra workout of like 100 grams of carbs, just they chuck it away.
Also here, this is like a great arm shredded, and then the chest is a bit big, and then you have really big abs. And this is what a lot of people say. People say, well, back in the day, Arnold didn't have it. A lot of these bodybuilders didn't have it. Why do they have it now?
I remember Arnold even saying it on stage.
Guys with the biggest neck and the biggest muscle, but not look as pleasing. Because look at the old days when Steve Reeves won. You say to yourself, I would love to have this guy's body. That's not what you can say about those guys the day they win those competitions. Like for instance, so many of those guys have their stomachs sticking out. You know, what are we talking about here? I mean, it used to be that you should have a V-shaped body. Now, I don't know, it's like kind of like a bottle shaped body or something like that.
One of the reasons high-calorie diets, irrespective of protein, carbohydrates, or supplements, all bodybuilders follow an extremely high-calorie diet. This high-calorie food intake also means a high volume of food which can stay in the stomach for prolonged periods, causing gut distension.
But still, I would assume that when the bodybuilders eventually shred down
and step on stage,
they have less food in their stomach. But
if that would be the problem, they would just eat less on the day itself, or the day before.
Fair.
This man ate 20,000 calories. Food baby.
Oh, but he can flex it.
What the
Shit.
frick? Okay, he is shredded. What do competitive eaters look like after competition? Would that look kind of the same?
Yeah, good question. What? It does look kind of the same.
Yeah.
Eats so much that his lungs shifted up. His organs moved because of the amount of food in his body.
My stomach before and after eating a big meal.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
That is twice the size.
If you want these results, make sure to check out the 90 challenge workout app. You can actually
reverse this.
Okay, so the bubble gut can be caused by the growth hormone maybe, or the diet.
Yes.
What else?
Oftentimes they're essentially in a state of, like, I'm sure you've had a cheat day where your stomach was like incomparable to, you know, days when you're fasting, for example. It's a massive difference.
I absolutely hate the feeling of being full.
Just moving around is a struggle.
I like the feeling of being light. Fasted is actually pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
It's not ideal for if you want to gain weight.
Good example of that is Ben Pekulski. I think he won the Arnold Classic even at one point, and one of his biggest criticisms was his distended gut. He was able to reverse it seemingly.
They're saying someone reversed it, and that means that it's probably not organ growth because you can't reverse that. Is that what they're saying?
In a relatively short period of time in his, like the latter part of his career, by reducing his food intake significantly, seemingly.
Can't you reduce your food volume intake and maybe keep the calories the same?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Only eat peanut butter instead of a lot of carbs that are voluminous.
1 year later with a vacuum on stage, which a vacuum, for people who don't know, I don't even know if I could explain it, but it's like you suck your stomach in.
That's actually the craziest thing that we ever thought, wow, hey, let's do that on stage. This is a vacuum pose. That is the vacuum pose. That is a crazy vacuum.
What? That is sick.
It is another example of something that's very frustrating to me. This is knowable. Like literally take the bodybuilders, throw them into an MRI scanner, you can get organ volumes on everybody.
Exactly, it sounds like it's something very easy to find out.
Yeah.
So many of the questions that we have here that we're not getting resolution to are knowable. It's not like we're asking, is there life outside of the solar system?
You know, not that long ago, 10 plus years ago, people were saying, where are the bodies? No one's dying from steroid use, etc. But there are guys dying with hearts 3 times the size of what they should be. So there's certainly organ enlargement systemically for sure.
Okay, so there's probably multiple reasons, which could be growth hormone, so what they're injecting together with an insane amount of food, and this pushes their gut out.
Yeah.
That takes some guts.
How do I avoid getting that muscle bubble gut that modern bodybuilders have?
I'm new to bodybuilding and I would like to have a lean six-pack that doesn't protrude out. Should I avoid crunches, do planks? Also, why do modern bodybuilders have abs that look this way? Is it because of the steroids or a certain exercise they do?
I always think it's really funny when people start out with fitness or bodybuilders and then they get worried to get too muscular. or like bubble guts.
If you don't want to become big, believe me, you won't, because it takes a lot of effort, time, and calories. Bubble gut is stored fat around the organs combined with enlarged organs. This is caused by human growth hormone and insulin use. They appeared in the 19s on the Olympia stage, I think, but don't worry about it if you're natural.
Also the stored fat, I just don't think that's the case because they are super shredded.
That would mean that they would not reduce their fat while getting shredded in those places.
There's no denying that Nick is probably one of the biggest freaks we've ever seen in bodybuilding. But what you also see in this video, and what has also been a huge topic of conversation with Nick, has been his midsection. It seems like it's gotten bigger. Tyler Mannion, the head judge, even said after the New York Pro, he felt like Nick's midsection got bigger.
It's just that his ab muscles are just super big.
And the thing is, people in the comments don't seem to like it at all, visually. And big pro bodybuilders are really struggling with it. I don't want to say an objective opinion, but I think everyone's kind of agrees it doesn't look the most aesthetic. So now you know where it kind of comes from and why you shouldn't really worry if you want to get bigger, you want to get a bodybuilder physique. As long as you stay natural, there's nothing to really worry about. All the original videos will be in the description below. Make sure to check them out and subscribe to them, and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next episode.
In the previous episode, we talked about the world's strongest 11-year-old. He is definitely already stronger than me. You definitely need to check it out. And subscribe, especially hit the bell and download the app to also get really strong.